So in this episode, we're gonna react to No Joke, No Jumper, interviewing Billy I Ado, and that is one of the guys that 6ix9ine used to be part of the entourage with the Blood Squad in Brooklyn. You know, they used to be part of the entourage. Him, Jim Jones, Billy, all of them. And he got released about 17 months ago. Basically, now he's back on the internet because 6ix9ine's back on the internet. And he's gonna let his story be known. Here you go. Let's go.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and I'm back today with someone who last time they were on the podcast did over 2 million views on this platform, which, to be honest, not a lot of people touch 2 million views in quite some
2.2.
quite some.
Who, this dude? I'm shocked on that one. But you know what? He's connected to 6ix9ine, so I mean, it's not really him in a sense. It's really because he's part of the 6ix9ine story. 6ix9ine story is, a lot of people don't know that little light skinned Mexican man. I mean, his story is millions of dollars worth, bro. I mean, if you got people like Vlad saying that he paid the most money he ever paid to interview somebody, and that was 6ix9ine. And Vlad is somebody who is a documentarian. You know, he is an interview specialist. He knows the value of interviews. And if he paid that much for 6ix9ine, just for his story, man, if there's ever a 6ix9ine movie, it's going through the roof.
Time, yeah, pretty crazy. Billy Otto is in the building. How you feeling, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm all right, man. I just came home like 17 months ago. I just did 3 years.
Okay, so the first interview that we did, you talked about doing how many years in the feds?
I did 12 years already.
12 years. So then you come home for how many years?
I was home for like 3-4 years, maybe.
Somehow managed to not get caught up in the great Treyway indictment of 2020 or 2019, whatever that was.
Still fake out the bash like other because they ran down in my crib with no warrant.
Okay.
And so I was going through that cases the whole time they was.
Oh, so you were dealing with legal stuff as a result of the fact that they raided your crib, but did they find anything in your crib?
They found guns in it.
They found guns in there.
I told
Okay.
about it because I already charged it. Did my time.
Right. But so, okay, so you did kind of, you weren't federally indicted, but you had to deal with the gun charges on a state level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, when we were doing that interview, it was kind of like there was definitely a vibe that you felt very, very lucky that you didn't have to deal with the same shit that everybody else dealt with, given that you were around for a lot of it. And
I was, and I still end up going to prison after that. That was 2020. We did that interview. I went to prison 2021.
Okay.
I didn't come home until last year.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. So you went to prison just for the guns?
That's it.
Okay. And
Yo, these dudes, man, it's sad, bro. These dudes are like stuck in a mom's house, and they moms really failed them, to be honest with you. They mothers failed them, you know, and they just go in and out of jail from young all the way into their 40s. They do these 5 years, 10 years, 3 years. By the time you add it up, it's like, damn, bro, you did 20 years altogether. You did 20 years altogether. You know you're a loser, right? You're not tired of this.
was it anything out of the ordinary, or was this just like a regular, you had a couple guns in your house, or was it like a thing where like people were really stashing mad guns at your crib?
Nah, it was just
some regular shit.
Regular shit I had.
Just some regular shit. Like, you see them, you see the normalcy of what they keep in their head. Like, that's normal. Like, just stashing a whole bunch of illegal guns in your house is normal. And you got the nerves to complain they don't got a warrant. When you've been in and out of jail from a young kid, and you got the nerves to complain they don't got a warrant.
Okay. What was it like going back and doing 3 years after you, probably thought you were done with that?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Crazy that you asked that question because it was horrible.
Yeah.
So
Can you scoot for a little bit just so you're right by the mic? Yeah, there you go.
I did 12 years straight. You heard?
Uh-huh.
And it didn't really bother me because I was mad young. For me, I was like 18, 19 years old. I hadn't experienced life yet. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't make.
What I say, I didn't even watch this video, y'all. I just know these fools when I see them. I know these fools when I see them. I didn't watch the video, but I already knew his life story. He was a young boy going to juvie, going to jail, going to prison. This dude did 12 years as a younger man. He did 12 years. It's like, I mean, you just gotta laugh at some of these people's lives, and they think that they're living a righteous gangster life. Like you're not living no gangster. You're living a stupid life. You're stupid. You're actually dumb. You cannot go to any boardroom nowhere in America with money makers and takers, and you give them their story, they're gonna look at you like you're dumb, and they're gonna ask you, do you want to sell the rights to your story, because they trying to make another billion.
No real good friends, nothing. I never traveled. I was still living with my moms and shit.
Prison's not that different than being in the hood.
It wasn't that different than being in the hood or being locked up. Can't really go nowhere because I live with my strict ass mom. We from Trinidad. She already don't let me do mad shit. I gotta sneak out.
Yo, you see how Adam relate to what he's even talking about? Like, Adam relates to it. Like, you don't have to necessarily be from a crazy crazy ghetto to understand the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? When you in the culture and you know what I mean, you mixed in with the culture, a lot of times you could get an idea and you could pretty much absorb the chaos and the thought process. You don't see how Adam just said, like, yo, like, yeah, I feel you, all that. It's pretty much like being in the hood, like your mom crib. I mean, prison in the hood. Like you basically, you can't go no, like, dudes in the hood is stuck in the hood anyway. You go to prison, you stuck in prison anyway. You're stuck in prison and you're stuck in the hood. What's the difference? What's the difference? Especially if you're not trying to do nothing. Just go to prison, man. We got some things for you to clean on the highway.
Do bad shit.
You already have a warden.
I got a warden at the crib. So it's like, it was fake. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was fake more freedom in prison than it was growing up with my strict ass Caribbean moms. You feel me?
Right. So, but then in between the two prison sentences, you have a period of time where you're running around, seeing what it's like to have money, to have fame, to have bitches on your dick, to have all this shit. Then you get locked up again, and it's like probably a lot worse.
And I'm so stressed out because now I accomplished so much. I got money, cars, jewelry, stuff going on. I'm running Airbnb businesses. I got the whole Treyway backlash shit we dealing with. All the bros locked up. It's like, damn, now I'm in jail too.
Right.
And I'm in prison. Now I'm dealing with this shit. And I'm so stressed out. Before, I didn't give a fuck. I fight at any time. I do whatever before. And I was like, I'm depressed. Because who wants to be in this? Now I'm a grown man. So now it's clicking to me like, yo, bro, life is real now. You can't be up in here wasting your life in no jail, bro.
Right. And I mean,
Okay. I apologize to everything I said before, even though I still think he's a fool. But it's from his past. He learned from that. It seems like he's learning from that, and that's what really counts, because at the end of the day, even though I call him a fool, y'all gotta remember that people like me, we just didn't just hop on the internet. Like, we don't even believe in this internet stuff and showing our face, but we try to keep up with the times, you know? And I'm telling you, people like me, we had a life before. That's why we get on this internet and we could just talk and freestyle without no words in front of us, like, and entertain people, because we've been through so much versions of life. You know what I'm saying?
the ironic part is that 6ix9ine got out before you went in.
Right before I went in.
Okay, right, yeah.
Right when we was doing the interview around that time in 2020.
Yeah.
He was coming home.
Oh, that's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, like when you were locked up, what was the vibe like with everybody in there? Because obviously being part of such a high profile case, I'm sure people in prison were very curious about it.
Super famous in jail. Everybody know me. Everybody, yo, Billy Otto. Everybody want to talk about this shit and ask questions about this nigga. And this right here is actually the last time I'm ever going to speak about him. I know I said that last time in 2020, but now it's a lot going on and mad shit. And like, he's literally telling mad bullshit and whack ass stories and lies that's not adding up. And he keeps saying, check the facts. And they not facts because, and I don't
Yo, that is 6ix9ine favorite word. Check the facts, yo. Check the facts. Gang, 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 gang.
blame the people because how the hell would the people know if they really facts or not? If you show them some little bullshit and say that, they don't know. They not from there, you feel me?
Right.
And nobody's that got that much say so or power on that type of platform to test the shit he's saying, you feel me?
Right, because he's one person that really, I think, depends on the fact that he knows that most people are not paying that close of attention, you know?
Right.
So when he gets on,
He's able to do that because 6ix9ine knows that he's the star and all the rest of y'all are losers. He knows that the narrative he brings to his followers, which is multiple millions of people, he knows, number one, they don't give two shits about the streets. And number two, he knows that y'all are nothing but a bunch of Negroes in Brooklyn that nobody cares about.
on there, it's like there's certain things where I feel like, oh, maybe he's telling
I'm just being honest.
the truth. And then there's other things where I just feel like I know you're bullshitting, but you just said it 10 times and you said these is facts and you said everybody's going to skip this over and over. And it's like he's really counting on the fact that so many people have just forgotten or don't care. But yeah, it is kind of a weird moment because realistically, in the history of snitching in hip hop, he was a pioneer. And now it's starting to feel more and more.
Yo, Adam says 6ix9ine is a pioneer of snitching. Yo, who says that? Adam22 says 6ix9ine is the pioneer of snitching. Wow, I'm going to use that. He ain't lying.
Or just commonplace, and it's way less surprising. And when we find out about people telling now, it's like a lot of times people are like, "Yeah, he'll be all right. His career is going to be fine." Whereas with 6ix9ine, it was kind of like, "No, his career is done." Everybody in hip hop did not want to fuck with him at all. I remember he came out here to do a media run, and nobody would interview him besides Logan Paul. So like the only person who was going to do an interview with him was somebody who's completely outside rap.
Somebody that was already clout chasing himself from boxing mad shit. So he don't give a fuck.
But now you got Vlad.
Yo, Logan Paul he definitely is a clout chaser. Yo, Logan Paul, but let me tell you something about Logan Paul. He is a smart clout chaser. His videos attract people to him. Even if you don't know Logan Paul, all that silly stuff he does on like Instagram, it brings awareness to him.
Who, like, I don't know, there's been some kind of change in the tide where Vlad is like going to Miami to interview him because he actually sees this as an important storyline. I'm pretty sure Vlad could have got that interview for free in 2020.
He didn't want to.
No, yeah, he was opposed to it. We all were, but I don't. In retrospect, I don't really know why. Because if somebody tells, who cares? It's still a good interview, right?
So why you think he said, you know what? Let me just get this dude on here and do this interview because what relevant stories has been going on with him to the point where he'd be like, hey, let's do an interview. And I'm gonna tell everybody why I'm here to do an interview. You feel me?
Well, I think Vlad sees hip hop as just his sandbox, and he wants to have every important person in hip hop on.
Yes. What Vlad is doing, he's basically creating a time capsule of documentation of hip hop. Years and years and years from now, or 100 years from now, you will be able, Vlad will probably be dead and gone, but let me tell you, you will be able to contact Vlad's granddaughter or Vlad's whoever estate, and they're going to have access to all of that, all of the documentation that Vlad has. Any commercial, any movie, anybody that want to use a few seconds of Vlad documentation, they're going to have to pay big money
on his platform. And it doesn't matter if it's before they blow up. It doesn't matter if it's later on when they fell off. Like, he's trying to tell the whole story of hip hop. So to him, I think he came to his senses and just sort of realized, like, oh, this is an important story to tell. I want to get this done. And also, it's already his biggest interview of the year.
Yo, Billy always looked like a pimp. Yo, he's the only dude that I see nowadays that actually, you know how dudes brush their hair forward? He brushes his hair backward. Like, he brushes it backwards and he has like gel, and he dresses like a pimp. But one thing about him, a lot of dudes don't do this. One thing about him, he keep himself kind of groomed. Like, he makes sure he's always lined up. And I be watching a few videos of him. I mean, you got to get props with props, dude, because most dudes they don't take care of their skin, man. You go up close, you be like, you see how I'm close up to the camera? You see how I'm close up to the camera? You can see everything. Like, there's no filter. Most dudes, and definitely some females, oh, that makeup is a savior. Most guys and girls cannot come up to the camera like I can, and that's where I dominate. They be far back like this, like they be looking like an ant, like they all the way back here, like they be like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen." No, I'm up close and I'm in your face and I'm personal with it. How about that?
Year, and it's not even fully out yet. So apparently there was an appetite to hear a lot of these stories. I think 6ix9ine is kind of smart because I think he realized that people had gotten sick of him, and then he took a couple years away from the spotlight, and then when he comes back, and it's like now people seem a little bit more hospitable.
No, it's because he's putting out a false narrative, and people are believing the false narratives, and some of the people are feeling sorry for him, like, oh my God.
I don't know, man. I have to disagree. I have to disagree. This is a guy that came out. He's depressed. He don't have the money as 6ix9ine. He's not as famous as 6ix9ine until he goes to jail and everybody want to hear his story. 6ix9ine, he did have his girl sleep with one of his homeboys. That's a fact. His homeboys were sleeping with his girl. That's a fact. They did try to kidnap him. That's a fact. They did try to kill him. This actually a recording of it. That's a fact. Jim Jones was on a recording saying, let's do this and that to 6ix9ine. That's a fact. I mean, there's so much facts in the case where it's like, wait a minute. Y'all turned against 6ix9ine before he turned against. Why was 6ix9ine not turn against or so-called snitch when y'all did all of that to him? Y'all was about to body him for no reason, all because y'all was on some blood shit in Brooklyn. Like, it was no reason for y'all to try to plot a hit on 6ix9ine and then get upset and then tell the world he's a snitch when y'all basically disappointed him first. Y'all dirty bloods in Brooklyn disappointed him. And he basically got y'all back. Because the thing about guys like 6ix9ine, they're very cunning. And they're very smart. And they think a lot. And they move very tactical. You see, these hood dudes, they just focus on their guns and they focus on being bravado and punking everybody. But they don't realize that there are a lot of dudes that's in the hood that actually has a IQ that will let you think that you're the big bad wolf, when in actuality, it's the little guy that's actually the big bad wolf. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and watch No Jumper with Adam 22. It's a good show. Like and subscribe to that show, and like and subscribe to my show right now. Right now, before I find out where you live. Bye.